Hello all, in this video I'm going to show you how to create an AI agent. We are going to use Phidata and LangChain to create the AI agent here. First of all, I am going to show you how to use llama in an AI agent, and then on top of the same agent I'm going to show you how with minimal code change you can use different sorts of LLM model there. The AI agent which we are going to build, it's a YouTube AI agent. The idea is that this agent will take the YouTube video URL and will give you a timestamp based summary. This tool is really helpful for YouTubers like us, or if you want to get a quick summary out of a whole video on which timestamp, what is the topic has been taught about, or a quick summary of all the timestamps in the video. It's easy to navigate this way. So before further ado, now let's start creating our AI agent. So here is my folder. Let me create a new folder here. Let's name this YouTube agent. Perfect. So inside this YouTube agent, I'm going to create this new separate virtual environment for this AI agent project, which we are going to do. Let me create a new folder here. But before that, let me open my VS Code. New window, there you go. So I will drag and drop it here. Perfect. Just the author, that's me, the author. Okay, so let me just create a sample file here, app.py. Perfect. Now this app.py by default takes the default environment which is locally installed in my laptop. To create a separate virtual environment for this specific project, so I will click here. I'm going to create a virtual environment. So I'm going to create a virtual environment with the name of VENV in the current workspace. If you see here, it clearly specifies. And the Python version which I'm going to use is Python 3.13. Basically, this is how you can choose whichever Python version is suitable for your agentic AI project. So for me, it's Python 3.13 is the most suitable one. Let's click there. Now, before we start our coding, let me create a requirement file which will have all our required libraries here. So inside this requirement file, what I'm going to use Grok for the LLM. I'm going to use Phidata for agentic AI, and I will be needing YouTube transcript API as well. Let's also add OpenAI just in case if I want to use OpenAI API. Load the API keys. I'm going to use python.env. Perfect. Now let me install all these libraries here. Installing all these libraries is super easy. You just go to terminal, type Python, not Python, it should be pip. So we are going to use pip install -r requirements.txt. Perfect. Moment you press enter, it will install all the libraries specified inside this requirement.txt. Basically, this is how you, in a big project, this is how you handle a lot of libraries. So here we have installed everything here. Perfect. Now let's go to our app.py. Let me just print anything here just for the sake of simplicity. I'm going to print my name just to see that everything has been configured properly. So if I run it here, Sunny, it's printed my name. Perfect. Awesome. What I will do, I will run this in a dedicated terminal. So run Python in dedicated terminal, you will select this always. So next time when you run this, it will run in a dedicated terminal here. That's awesome. Now let me delete it. Now let me import all the libraries which I'm going to use. So first of all, I am going to use Phidata agent. So import phi.agent. Import, oh, sorry, this is a wrong way to import it. So I'm going to use from phi.agent import agents. Perfect. So this will be helpful in creating agents. We are also going to use Phidata tools. This YouTube tool will help us to get the YouTube video using the URLs. That's awesome. We are going to also need .env from This will help us to get the API keys from the env variable. Import load env contention. What else we are going to use? Now let's also import grok as well. So from phi model. Phidata is an awesome library. It will give you everything at one place. It's very similar to LangChain in from the user perspective. If at all I have to comment, phi dot model dot grok, import grok. That's it. These are the all things we are going to need. It should be caps G. Perfect. So these are the all things which we are going to need it here. So we are going to need agents. We are going to use YouTube tools .env for loading the API key, and phi model grok for the grok. Awesome. So first of all, let me create a environment variable here which will contain all our API keys. So env .env, it should be .env. So inside this, first of all, we are going to need a API key from grok. So let me show you how you can do it. So once you go on grok website, see here dev console, you click here and you click here API key. Here you can create an API key. Suppose I want to create an API key as test agent. That's awesome. Submit it. That's the API key. That's super easy. This is super easy. Once you create the API key here, you just paste it here inside this. So this is our grok API key. We will have to name it very carefully. Let me go there. It should be grok underscore API key. That's it. Perfect. We have added the grok API key here. Now let me go back to app.py and let me load it here. So whatever the API key, I will add it my environment file. This is how I can load it here. So it's super easy. In one place you store all the API key, and before the execution of any code, you just call load.env file. So it will load every API key here. Perfect. Now let me create an agent here. You will see that process is very seamless using Phidata. So agent is equal to agent. So this is the agent I'm going to create. Inside this agent, what I want. Let's first specify the name of the agent. Name should be, what should I give it the name? Let's name it buddy. Perfect. This is my name of the agent. After this, what is the model I'm going to use? Here you can specify whatever the model we are or you are interested in going to use. I am more interested in using llama, so I am going to use grok API to load a llama model. You can also load it locally, but it's better to use grok because these models are really heavy. Once you install these models locally, they will eat a lot of your space and computation time. So it's always better to have a cloud-based server where you can use this LLMs as an API. So grok and ID of the model. So ID of the model should be exactly same whatever has been there on the website. So this is the exact copy. I have copied it from the grok website. You can also copy it. If you want to use a different model, you can directly supply the name here. It's from the grok website. Let me show you again. So inside grok, if you'll see here, the other different sorts of model available. You can copy the name directly from here and supply it inside this model ID. That's how you load different models. Now, yeah, I'm going to use this model. And tools which I'm going, tools are the external help which the agent will need. This makes it, these features make this agent really cool. So suppose your LLM model has been trained on a past data and you want to include some new data. The tools are really handy in those type of situations. So let me add it here. Tools, what are the tools I'm going to use? I'm going to use YouTube tools. Perfect. It's a function, so let me specify it here. This is the same tools which I have imported here. If you see here, I have imported it from Phidata tools. All of this documentation is available on Phidata website, and documentation is also very lucid there. So tools, have specified. Let me also specify so tools calls. So it is just to show you what the tools are calling and what is the code the tool has been generating. Okay, so tools calls. Now let me give you the instructions. Instructions are basically what are the instructions you want to give this to an agent. This instruction should be given in array format. Perfect. So what should I tell this as an instruction? You are a YouTube agent first. What is your work? Check the video and give me timestamp. So this is a sample instruction. Also, I want to add what should be the format of the timestamp, how I want the timestamp of the video. So this is how I want my timestamp to be. So format should be start of the time, end of the time, and what we have talked about in that timestamp summary. That's super cool. So these are the instructions which I have given to my AI agent. Depending on your need, you can increase and decrease your instruction. Suppose, for example, these instructions are not giving you a proper output, then you can tweak these changes and see if those works. For me, these instructions are more than enough. I have tested it earlier. Perfect. So these are the instruction I have given. That's it. Your agent is ready. So this is the background story of your agent. This is the name of your agent. This is the model, the tools which you are going to use, the instructions of the agent. Super easy, isn't it? Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to call this. So I'm going to call agent.print. Agent.print response. Where are you? There it is. This will print the response of my agent in my console. So what should I ask my agent? Get me the timestamp of this video. What should be the video? Let me take one of my videos from my YouTube there. So that's my channel. Let me take some small video from here. So it's 13 minutes, 8 minutes of video. Perfect. So let me copy this URL here. Let me go back to my code and supply the URL here. It's that easy. So this is the video URL where from which I need a timestamp. This is my agent. This is how I call the agent. Let me also supply here an extra file, which is markdown. Everything is ready. Now let me just run this file for you. So we go here, run in Python dedicated terminal. That's awesome. So it's thinking. Let's see what is the output here. Perfect. So it has given me all the timestamps. So from this timestamp, I am talking about introduction of single neuron. This timestamp, I'm talking about components of single neuron. That's pretty awesome, isn't it? So this is how you can create a quick YouTube buddy tool, which will give you a timestamp based summary. This is also helpful if you want to create caption of your YouTube channel or any sort of video. It's really helpful if you want to study anything, if you have a big video in front of you and you quickly want to summarize it based on the timestamp. This is one way to do it. It's super easy, isn't it? Instead of Grok, if you want to use OpenAI, this is how you can use it. You just go here and at place of model, you supply OpenAI chat, and this is the ID of the model. Let me comment this one for you. It's not this one. Perfect. So it's been already commented. This is the model. So OpenAI chat, I need to import this. Perfect. So OpenAI chat, I have already imported. This is the OpenAI. I will also be needing to add the OpenAI key here. Perfect. So this is the OpenAI key. I have already added it here. OpenAI key will cost you so that's why I always go for Grok. It's completely open source. OpenAI will cost you around $4 or $5 to minimum balance in your account for a calling. Perfect. So let me just run it. Perhaps you forgot a comma. Yeah, of course I forgot a comma here. Let me just run it. Okay, it is showing me it is thinking. Let's see how the OpenAI output is in compared to the llama output. That's awesome. So this is the YouTube timestamp, start, end. Oh, so it had just summarized the whole video. It has not given me the timestamp. Looks like OpenAI has failed here completely. So llama is giving me more detailed output. That's pretty amazing, isn't it? I've never seen OpenAI fail this drastically. It has just summarized the things here. Maybe I will need to tweak with the instruction what I've supplied here, but this is how you can overall create an AI agent. I hope you have learned something in this video. See you in next part.